Peace and blessings, everybody. It's the one and only Bainkoy. I want to welcome you to BainkoyWorld. Get a look at my background real quick. Welcome to BainkoyWorld. It's as you see the scroll text at the bottom, it's a world of 100% truth-centered, non-fictional content where everything is verified and verifiable. And you see what we stand for: truth, integrity, honesty, dedication, motivation, elevation, and righteousness. Welcome to Bainkoy World. All righty. So today I'm excited. This is actually the first interview on the Bainkoy World platform, and it couldn't have been a better person at a better time to come through and grace us with his presence. Great brother, young, powerful, strong brother. I don't want to say too much. I'm gonna let them tell it, but I'm excited for this one. So this is my brother. I want everybody to welcome divine counselor, Mr.Saylee. Shalom.
Ooh. We in the
Yes,
building. Shalom,
sir. How you
shalom.
doing?
Peace, and blessings.
Shalom. You in the
Man,
building
feeling
for real
great.
at the
Feeling
right
great.
time.
And I'm
They about
excited.
to learn today. Man, super
Right,
excited,
right,
man.
right,
You
right,
you
right,
you
right,
couldn't
right.
have
We
scripted
brought
this better.
everything.
The way everything, oh man, you couldn't have scripted this better, man. I'm so excited, man. Appreciate you for coming on the platform. Yes, for sure.
Man, it's necessary. You know that it was necessary. You know, it's one of those things.
Okay, so
I'm honored. I'm really honored.
right. So before we get into the interview, or as I want to say, the conversation, I just want to give you however much time you want to take. Time is on our side to go ahead and introduce yourself and just let the people know whatever you want them to know about who they gonna be listening to, learning from, and vibing with today. The floor is yours.
Oh yes. You got Mr. Saylee here, all the way from Los Angeles, California. I call myself the infinite artist, but also the best counselor on the planet, only because I get individuals to find out what they want to do, their own direction to discovering, let's say, their own purpose as well too. Everyone doesn't want it. So as a counselor, you have to help individuals sometimes even find themselves. So laying out that platform or laying out that uh, skill, or however, if I'm laying out that field of intelligence, or just anyone who's willing want greatness for themselves. Um, and I feel right now I'm the best at it. With clients 18 to
Mm.
85, I handle it all, and I'm really excited because this is a divine calling. You know, it's a divine calling for it. So I'm excited, and we can go from there. Because Banquet, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm excited to have you, man. And what you just spoke about is a great thing because it's something that our people need. And I love the fact that you have a passion for it. It ain't something you just doing to make an income. It ain't something you just doing it because opportunity became available. Some people make choices because maybe they don't have anything going on in their life and the door opens. But this is something like you actually are passionate about. That means you're going to put in the proper work to get the proper results. And this is something that our people the whole world, but our people in specifically need. because the trauma of the Western world, that civilization, man, and the way everything is geared, it just leaves a lot of trauma for people. And to have somebody like you who are very passionate about helping people, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. So my hat's off to you. I'm proud of you, and I'm excited, to know you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate those powerful words.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I can see that it's a slight little delay with us, so but we'll work it out.
Mhm.
So I want
Right.
to get into this because surprise, surprise, people, you are actually in the motherland in Ghana right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I'm super excited about
It's
that. And
been
so, okay, I see the delay is still
mhm,
happening. So basically, I put out a Ghana
mhm.
series telling people about coming to Ghana that wanted to come, and I laid out a map starting with preparing yourself to come mentally, the things you should be prepared for, the things you should do, all the way up until being en route, arriving, and you actually followed that series and made it here. And like I said to you before, I know you followed it because you wasn't calling me. You wasn't calling me every second saying, "Oh, what should I do now?" You was calling me with results. I got this, I got that. So you had to be following it, and then you made it here. So that's confirmation that it works. So I want to speak to before you decided to come following the Ghana series. What was the inception stage of your thinking when it was time to like come to the motherland? Like when, what was going on? Like what made you even want to come this way? So I want to start from that stage, leading up to following the Ghana series to come here. I want to go back to when it first entered your mind that you would like to come and return back to the motherland.
Yeah, no, I think that is perfect. And shout out to the Ghana series and hoping that it can bring more individuals to the motherland. But I was looking at a post that was on Facebook that I did 13 years ago, and it said that I would be in the motherland, I would be in Africa. With our dad being from Liberia, my mom as well being from Liberia, the roots were already there for me to at least go out and explore. Now, there are certain misconceptions or there's certain projections that the Western world has about Africa, which makes individuals afraid of it. But for me, I've been fearless for a very long time, and I always wanted to explore that. And I feel like it is in my DNA, and it was always a part of me. And that was, I wouldn't have been able to know who I fully was until I entered the atmosphere of Africa, whether it was Liberia or Ghana or Sierra Leone or Ivory Coast or wherever it was. I just knew it was always a call from the planet or the country herself, Mama Africa, to come over. So that's where the initial spark came from. I would say at least 13 to 15 years ago on that part.
Oh, okay. So I want to take a journey with you through the process of the Ghana series. Because, like I said, when you would talk to me, you would come with the results. Like, I got this, I got that. So, I would like to hear, the part that I wasn't seeing. So, for somebody that want to make the journey, you know what I mean, to be able to watch the Ghana series and then be able to hear the steps that you took in making it all happen. Whatever you can share concerning that, uh, I would like to hear that process.
No, indeed. I mean, the first step, individuals, as you say, you have to get your passport. So that was always, that has been on my mind for years as well too. So it wasn't even until you putting out the Ghana series. I only got my passport this year. I think it was in April or March or June. But the thing is, the steps helped me out because it let me know it's not just about getting a passport. I needed the visa, of course, as well too, and also the time. I wasn't too sure on what time period to come. For me, I'm highly spiritual, so it was more off of a feeling. Like it's like I got to get there as soon as I can. So with everything that you said, even with the yellow card as well too, and I'm still on the process of acquiring that. I handled that situation. That's on another note, but I made sure that I was going to arrange those those important blocks towards passport, visa, and yellow card. And then after that, you got to get the ticket. And I want to make a shout out to the application that's called Air Affordable. So it allowed me to purchase a ticket in installments, so it was not too tough for me. I can mention that again. But when it comes to the preparation, mentally, I was prepared years ago. I was prepared mentally years ago. And now for someone, my brother actually to lay out the ways of how to actually do it, it was just that additional nudge that I needed to move forward on that part.
Man, that's powerful right there. And that air affordable, that definitely need to be highlighted because a lot of people be saying how, they would like to come, but they don't have the money to afford the ticket, and which is understandable. But when you can do installments, because if you find a ticket, like I said, you don't have to wait to the last minute. You can go ahead and pre-plan, find the ticket, pay what a quarter of the price, and then pay it off over the time frame and just have it done in time to catch the flight. You can't beat that. That eliminates that stressful part of the trip because that be the main thing, that ticket. You know what I mean? If you got the
Mm,
ticket, the rest is pretty much, smooth. So that, I mean, you came right on time to introduce that, into the atmosphere for people who are unaware of it. So okay, so now
right.
you here, but I want to just go back before you arrived because you mentioned it when you was talking about, when we was talking about the inception stage of your idea to come, and you talked about there's a lot of
Mm,
misconception. So I just want to touch on, some of the misconceptions that you heard being said, or maybe you seen on TV, maybe on a PBS special or a movie about Africa, or from our family. So I just want to just let you talk about some of the misconceptions you heard, and in hindsight, now that you hear, you know, some of the stuff that you
yeah.
see now for sure was a misconception.
Yeah. Well, when being over in the West or in America, or I'm sure all over the planet, they talk about when they talk about Africa, they're only talking about the animals. So it's talking about the wildlife. There
Mhm.
was a lady who even asked me, who checked in on my trip. She was like, "Yeah, have you been seeing any wildlife?" So I can already sense individuals thinking that, man, there may just be animals everywhere. It's like a zoo, like I'm going to visit a zoo. Like, oh man, did you check out the wildlife? How was that? So that's in individual's mind. That's one of the most important things. Like, it's not a civilized area. It's not an area where you can go to a, let's say you have roads or you even have lights. How we in right now? If you have lights, I mean, they got the sink, they got the shower, or you, man, they have it's actually houses here, or is it just huts? People just sleeping on the side of the road on that
Yeah.
end.
Right.
Which what they're doing in Los Angeles. So it's
Mm.
one of the biggest things I think for me was, which I'm still feeling, is the atmosphere. There's no amount of fear. Now, this is a part maybe that has to deal with just who I am, but there's a lot of fear that individuals have just by even traveling outside of their where they live. So it's like, but when I get to the misconceptions about Africa, it's like, okay, there's not any lights, there's no roads, there's no. We were talking about another lady talking about snacks, but for me, on the end, I am one, a scientist at heart, so I got to go and see it for myself. So there was nothing that was
Yes.
gonna deter me, even if people were laying on, hey man, they don't have any outside or they don't have any lights or no water. Okay, that's not the toughest thing in life. Let me still see what's going on. And being out here now, I've been lied to by my own parents, by the world. The world has lied to me about what Africa is about. I'm sitting here telling you, they're lying. So for me, I needed being on the ground was the best thing that I could do to prove, to see what it really is. So one of the main misconceptions is just like, okay, where are you going to stay, live in place of living? Do they have, running water? Is there any, or are there any roads, or do they have any lights? Things that you feel is automatic within the Western world. And that's a huge question for individuals even coming to Africa. It's like, hold on, are giraffes and lions just roaming everywhere? So that increases the fear, and I'm here to remove all fear. Now, people maybe are still afraid of the flight, 13-hour flight, or however long it may be for you, but
Mm.
I'm here in the flesh and also dealing with a medical condition as well too. It doesn't that wasn't going to stop anything that I'm doing. So that's a few of the misconceptions that would not have stopped me, but I know it's stopping millions of people on the planet.
Yes, man. Well said. And some of the stuff you talked about, man, it just needs to be pointed out. You mentioned the medical condition. You know, a lot of people allow themselves to be put into a state of fear by a medical condition. Oh, if I come, will I be able to get the treatment for this, or how will it be, or it'll be affected by this? And then even they talking about the malaria and yellow fever and Ebola and all this stuff
That's
that ain't true. It's a
that's
lot of
huge.
lies. It's a lot of misconception about Africa. And you mentioned like in a place like LA, Atlanta, where the homelessness is crazy through the roof. You don't see no homeless over here. You don't see it. Somebody is sleeping on the street, it's because they got to get up early to run their shop or something. There's
Man, come
somewhere
on.
for you to go. There's food and stuff growing on the side of the road. There is no animals run. The animals are at the zoo and in the safari where animals are. I done
Right.
seen more deer and stuff running and crocodiles running through the streets of America than over here. I done seen more wildlife in America. You got deers running through
Right.
your neighborhood, crocodiles crossing the street in Florida, or alligators. You don't see that over here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of
Not at
misconception.
all.
The houses are beautiful, and you paying for one. 2 years what a person in America would pay for 1 month, and you ain't got all these. I just seen somebody do a video about returning back to America after not being there for a while, and they don't have a place to stay because they got to do all these credit checks and all this. You got to make so much more than the rent. You don't have to deal with all of that unnecessary
Three
nonsense
times.
that America created. You know what I mean? So that fear factor is big. And I'm glad that someone like you is coming forth to match my energy of leaving no excuses. If I can do it, you can do it. Everything is being made available. You know what I
Right.
mean? That air affordable win, I'm so stuck on that one because that is big. That air affordable is big, and that need to definitely be highlighted. So yes, so it's a lot of misconceptions. So I'm glad you was able to, have the type of spirit that was like, I ain't gonna let just nobody tell me anything. I'm got to go see. That's how I was. I got to go see, and I've been here. So tell me
Right.
some of the things you noticed instantly that was different. Like, and what are your initial thoughts so far for the time you've been here? What are your overall thoughts about it so far? And what are some of the things that you notice like instantly? Because I know you're an observable person. So what are some of the things you instantly observe that you can see that you was in a different place? And what are your thoughts so far?
There's a lot of things, but I only list a few things. When it comes to first before anything, it's just the atmosphere of peace and love, just in the air. So that's something that's very very important to me, dealing with, because of the stresses about West, because however we're looking at it. So really just that atmosphere, you feel that before you even see for your first person, and then going into the people. The first person wanted to help me, seeing that I was in a scooter, how I came, wanted to make sure, because initially when I came, the airport mishandled my bag, and the bag didn't end up coming with me. So a guy by the name of Sawa, if I remember, shout out to Sawa and Daniel, who ended up helping us out, my same namesake. It's seeming like it was their duty, not only because he worked at the airport, but it seemed like he went above and beyond to make sure that I was okay. I'm not a person that gets mad fast anyway, but for somebody to comfort and make sure that, hey man, you're going to be all right. Let me show that I'm looking for your bag, and I'm putting in the proper paperwork, because he put in paperwork to make sure that they would retrieve my bag. So also the people, and then also another end. So the atmosphere, people, and then the current, the currency exchange. If one U.S. dollar is 10, let's say Ghana CDs, man, I feel like, hold on, one of the dollars in $1 in America you can do nothing with. So it's like, hold on, one equals 10. I posted it on Facebook. One can that equals 10. You immediately, it's like your status goes up, because man, I've just shifted my one into 10 monetarily. And that puts you in a position of power, or even with respect, or just what you can do using that money as a tool. It's like, oh, I can stretch my cash more here than than back in the States. Not even being, I would say, one bedroom paying $2,000, when that can be over here. That's a year's rent, or a year for someone here to live here for 12 months. 1 month versus 12 months,
That's
the
right.
1 to 10 is right there. So atmosphere,
The difference.
people, and financial, the currency.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that uh that helps in the area of stress. Like, it helps in the area of stress because You talking about you ain't got to deal with it for a year. We're in the states where you got to be on top of it every month.
Mm.
So you always on the chase to make sure you have it. But over here, you got a year to breathe, and then you allow your brain to be able to function and get more done because you ain't stressed out over something small as having to get my rent paid every month. You know what I mean? So what you highlighted, man, those are definitely things that let you see this is a whole nother world, man. The assistants, and they was happy to do it. You know what I mean? They wasn't upset. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, they was treating you as if you was the long lost king coming home. I mean, the guy Daniel was lit up that he was gonna be able to assist you,
Man.
man. And and I know it's a lot of misconceptions about just doing it for the money and all that. Don't get me wrong, everybody trying to hustle to eat, but he was genuinely happy to help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell the difference, and he was genuinely happy to help. So yeah, definitely. So I do want to ask you something because I haven't been stateside for a while, so I don't really know like what the temperature is as far as the way that people are thinking and the way they are moving as far as Africa is concerned, or yeah, coming to leave America and coming to a place like this, so I would need you to give me, an update on, how the temperature is on that. And also, like, we are blessed to have like a direct connection, to this place. Even though I feel that the way we are, we would have made the move anyway. But we had a direct connection. Everybody don't
Right.
have that. Some people don't know nothing about it. They don't know nobody. They just know they want to be in a better place, which is this place. So not only what's the current temperature over there, but how can we get people with no connection to this place interested in actually, forgetting about putting away the deception and the fears that's been given to them, and as we say, pull up? Like, how do we get them to do that? How can we convince them?
That is a great question. And it actually ties into exactly what you're saying with the current temperature of America, or at least where I'm coming from in LA right now. One of my clients, sometimes they brag about having two jobs or three jobs on that end, and they're not able to get any sleep, or they're working just so much to stay afloat. This is not even something you working to let's say become rich on that end, but I think when you're in a place where you become used to being on the go, or the hustle, or the no sleep mentality, or the lifestyle, somebody showing you that, man, peace is available, or there's an easier way, you feel like, oh man, I gotta actually struggle to get it. So it has to be a mindset shift. You have individuals have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm through with my situation. I'm tired of
Yeah,
working day in and day out and not being able to even see my return, see my investment. I'm paying rent month in and month out. I can't even enjoy it because most of the time I'm not even at the house. Maybe you at work, so you can't actually even feel what you're doing or feel where your money is going. So tying that in, I feel to get individuals to sense a mode of peace, or something that's more, that actually letting them know that there's something different available, and something that we talked about also too, letting individuals test what's actually available. You have individuals who may not have a big brother that's in a country that's in Africa or wherever else, so they can't see nothing that's different. So it has to be a call within them to say, am I sick and tired of being sick and tired of my situation, to actually seek out something else that's different versus someone forcing you, hey man, come out of that, come out the hell, or come out of where your difficulty. Some individuals love their difficulty, but it's only for a set amount of people who are done with the difficulty and knowing that something else is available. So the temperature, at least within LA, just the climate of, not weather, just talking about the climate of society, it's kind of, you can't really breathe. I'm not talking about the quality of the air, but you can't really breathe, catch your breath, because you're thinking about that next check. I have to pay these bills. You have an insurmountable weight of bills that individuals are collecting, debt. So you never really come afloat to be able to even enjoy what you're doing. So that goes right into the same question of what you're asking. What do you get in? How do you get individuals to even see a difference? First, to let them know that it's actually available. Because if you're still stuck on the misconceptions that, Africa is a big zoo, you're not even, your brain doesn't even begin to think about, something else, because you're stuck in your own environment.
Man, that was, man, well said, man. Well, beautifully said. Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a while for me, so I don't really.
Yeah.
I just know that people reach out to me with questions and they say they want to make these moves. Some more serious than others.
Oh,
So that's why I
right.
definitely wanted to know that. So I want to ask you about, because I always speak about this being a whole different world, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the stuff you said, it needed to be highlighted because the type of individuals we are and the type of message that I'm trying to let people see is that when you make the move, you got to be willing to make the move because you really want better and you really want different. Because a lot of people make the move to here, which is a totally different place, but they want it to be ran the same way as the other place is. They want the peace and the freedom, but they still want the American way. And then when you get here and see that it's a whole nother world, which requires a whole nother way of living, sometimes it don't sit right with people. And I want people to understand that when you come for a brand new world, a brand new experience, and fight it out. Even if it get tough, even it and fight it out because it's great on the other side of the hump. The peace, the freedom you get, I wouldn't trade it in. So I just want to ask you, you know, what do you see about Africa that is missing from America or that is different from America that would allow people to actually obtain that peace and freedom that they searching for? Because in America, you can never be peace. You can never have peace. It's not designed for that. Even if you have a good 6 days, a day is going to come in a week that's going to shatter your whole week. You know what I mean? So over here, you can literally have a whole week of nothing but good days. So what do you see over here that is missing, or just over here, period, that will allow people to experience that freedom and peace that they desire so that they can know it does exist?
You know, when you were speaking, not only me listening to you, I was thinking about a chart that I have on my Instagram and on TikTok, and it's an emotions chart. At the top, it is freedom, joy, and happiness. And at the bottom, it's fear, anger, shame, disgust. And this is a emotional wiring that certain people as well too. So you can come over here, and if you have that fear, a shame, doubt, anger in you, you won't even be able to see or feel the essence of the motherland here. So when you're asking what's missing is the train of thought of what the people in Western civilizations are set up to feel versus the peace and calm and joy that individuals over here in the motherland or in Africa do not fear, that do not allow stress to penetrate them as much. What I have witnessed, and this is just coming from coming from the African background, I have not witnessed stress be a factor as something to make me quit, or something to make me give up, or something to make me stop achieving, my own goals and my desires, let's say, of to find that peace and that happiness and that joy. So, what's missing, I would say, is the proper, I would say, even understanding of what it takes to even have that. So that comes from the person versus not saying that it cannot come from the land, but that comes from the person. So you have to understand and align up. Let's say if you're a person of joy, a person of peace, this is a perfect place for you to be versus someone who's a person of fear and
Mm-hmm.
anger and judgment. Then maybe being, in the Western civilizations, it feels more comfortable. You don't feel like there's anything wrong. So for some individuals, there's nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong. It's going exactly to plan and how they're feeling, versus someone like myself who has experienced both sides and saying like, "Whoa, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is fitting." So I would say the inner you have to have that inner. I would say almost like an inner emotional guidance system to be able to show you where you should be at and where you can actually excel in, what you can multiply on, versus, oh, let me just go to this other neighborhood, or it's just like individuals, let's say, with their in relationships. If you're in a toxic relationship, but you like toxicity, every person that you end up being with seems toxic, or it's like toxic. It's like, hold on, why do I keep attracting this? Are you actually even ready for what the land or what a peaceful relationship has to offer? So it has a lot of there's a lot of reflecting that has to be done to address that situation. Bainkoy, thank you. Amazing question.
Yes, and you definitely did. And what I heard from that was that first of all, you gotta want to have peace and be free. And if you want peace, if you want to be free, then Africa has an environment that would allow you to thrive in that. Because America definitely don't. You would never truly be able to be free. You never truly be able to have peace. But first and foremost, you gotta want it. And I think even that right there, if you a person that is a person of peace, then your heart is gonna be drawn to a place like this anyway. That's why I'm so grateful for what we are doing, because all you got to do is just taste and see. You know, like I told the story that when I was coming, I had everything in order. Whatever needed to be shipped, whatever needed to be secured, but I was still just chilling in comfort. I was just chilling in comfort until some other people called me and said they had a ticket, and I was like, "Hey, wait a minute now! I can't let y'all serious me now." So I went on ahead and got mine. So it's easy to be comfortable. You know what I mean? It's easy to to be comfortable in hell. Hey, you know how when you finna go swimming, you step down in the pool and it's super cold, and then after a while, you don't even it ain't even cold no more. You become used to it. And that's how it is in hell. In a place like America where you can't have peace, but you learn how to survive in that peace, or you learn how to just tolerate it. But when you come over here, you get to truly see not only the trauma that you picked up, but the environment was a hellish environment, and this place definitely allows for that. But the one thing that I had to do is the one thing you like to hear me say. You got to book your ticket
Oh,
and go.
I love it.
You got
I
to
love
book
it.
your ticket
I
and
love
go.
it. I
If
love
you
it.
want to experience something different, book your ticket and go. And y'all just be on the lookout for some stuff that we about to do, because we finna make this easy for you now. We finna bridge this gap and make it easy for you. But you know, before we get into that stuff, I wanna
Mm,
allow you a chance to just, as we bring this to an end, I'm gonna just give you the floor. Anything you want to say, advise, recommend, anything you want to ask, or let the people know, whatever. I'm leaving the floor for you. It ain't over yet, but this is a great interview. Like, I'm so proud of you, for sure. I've seen the journey, and it's different when you see somebody's journey. You can meet somebody in their journey, but when you've seen it from the jump, you know what I mean. And I'm so proud, man. You just don't know, and then the right moment, the right time, man, the connection, but yeah, I could talk about that all day, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and close out whatever your final, comments are. Okay, the floor is yours.
mm, thank you so much. Yokata, like you said in the Ghana series, you rolled out the red carpet, and I want to express how much you not only now still, but made it easy for me being here on that portion and made it smooth out. I know that you'll be able to do that for more than just me because your heart is in it as well. And I want to express as well too. For me, making this move with your book your ticket and go at the I didn't let Pops even know or even my mom know until about a week, not even a week, maybe it was like a few days before actually getting on the plane. Because I know they may have tried to deter me, and I just didn't want to have that anyone in my ear saying, "Oh man, no, you shouldn't make this move or you shouldn't do that." And I know that it would have been, which it is now, an experience you can't tell anyone in the Ghana series. There are things that you cannot share until you actually get into the atmosphere. There's a film or there's a show. It's called Brave New World, and where they have the old world where
Mm.
it isn't in America. And I think this new world they have it in Europe or in Asia or somewheres where the mentality changes when they go back into the old world. It's like getting on the conveyor belt lifestyle, or stressing out on that end versus how things are back home, emotionally for them. But the thing I want to mention as well too is that if you are in a position to make that move, do not let fear hold you back from experiencing the best thing or the best experience that you've ever had in life. Will you let naysayers or your own, doubts keep you away from a heavenly experience. It's like I said, I can I really do this on this counseling end. I really do it, and I can go so much longer. But I really appreciate even you saying that you're proud of me and rolling out the red carpet. Is I want to do everything now as an advocate for individuals to even experience this. I've told so many friends already, so much so they're like, "Dang, you in Africa? Are you?" And like we spoke on it to individuals that are asking, "Are you even coming back? Are you?" And it's like that because they already know how I move. I'm radical. No one doesn't control how I do anything. So I'm extremely appreciative of what you are doing here. This is bigger than people, oh yeah, coming to the motherland or achieving peace. You're giving individuals a chance at a new life. You can't study that. You can't get that anywhere. So the things that you are doing, it is like you said, this is a whole nother world. It is like creating a new earth. That's exactly what it is. I know individuals in the metaphysical community, they may talk about 3D to 5D, but no, you're actually showing that. You have to actually leave your old self to enter into a new self that may they have to throw away all of the old things that you have experienced. And I just appreciate it. There's no coincidence, and I'm just excited that I can, call you my big brother. I think my mama has said it earlier. She was like, "Man, he looks up to you, in a way," and I do. I always have, and I always will. So it's something for me that others may not get that same brotherly experience, that you have given me, but just the relationship and showing what can happen, what can be achieved, should give individuals more than enough energy to make that move as well too. But thank you so much, so, Ben.
Oh, absolutely, man, and so well said. And I can't say enough how excited I
Mm,
am that you even here, that you pulled up, man. A lot of people be asking me when I'm coming back. No,
mm,
when you coming here, and you actually did. You know how many
mm,
people been
right.
saying they gonna come, and then they. First of all,
Mm,
if you tell me you ain't got your passport, we can stop the conversation about it because you ain't going nowhere without a passport. And then you
man.
use the method that I learned to use. I learned to not tell people my move until I'm making the move. And for you, it's different because you the baby. Them African parents, boy, they treat the baby different. I guess it ain't just Africa. I guess it's probably black folks. I don't know about other people, but
Yeah.
the baby get a different type of holding on to and trying to have their life dictated a certain way. So for you, I already know it's a whole nother thing, but you press through, man, and I'm so excited for the people that to get to know you because when they get to know you
Mm,
and how powerful you are and how ambitious you are and motivated, and when you say nobody control me, I wouldn't let nothing deter me. When they meet you, they will understand that you had a mission and you was gonna see it through. And I was gonna do whatever I could. Like we said, if I don't get nobody else from the Ghana series, you here. And I'm grateful for that. So, we definitely gotta, you know what I mean? People about to see a lot from us, you know what I mean, so that they can
man.
understand that this
Mm,
is a place you wanna come. I don't know what you're seeing on TV and all that, but this is a place you wanna be. Even today, us going to the market and moving around, like it was just a peace and a joy and a
mm,
calm in the air, and it was just just an enjoyment. We wasn't even really doing much, but just moving around. But it was just an enjoyment. I mean, it's beautiful, people. So, I'm excited, to roll out the red carpet for you. We finna roll out the red carpet for others. You know,
Ooh.
it's a great time right now. That's all I got to say. You see how excited I am. I know you excited, but we gonna need people. If you don't remember nothing else, you're gonna have to remember this. Book your ticket
We can take a ticket
and
and
go.
go.
Trust me. Book your
Ooh.
ticket and go. You will not regret it. So I want y'all to stay tuned. You can follow me on all platforms at Bainkoy World. You can follow me on that's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. That's all of them. You can follow. I'll let you tell them where they can follow you at.
Yes, yes, yes. Please go ahead. You can follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those at Mr. Saylee. So that's Mr. period Saylee. Mr. period Saylee. I'll be looking forward to any followers or any questions, comments, or concerns that individuals do have to give you this experience.
So I want y'all to know that we will be bringing Mr. Saylee back to for another, like a update in Ghana. And one thing he
Yeah.
said, man, everybody asking, "Are you coming back?" Everybody, family, not family, stranger, they like, "Are you coming back?" I don't know what it is about that, but they asking. But y'all gonna see a lot of stuff from us. We're gonna come back with an update, and we also at some point gonna have a conversation about what you do, because I tell you all the time, man, it's
Yeah.
highly necessary, and somebody got to do it. You love me. I stick to my videography and the music and helping people. But sitting down and people venting and somebody got to do it. And you
Yes.
do it well. You know, how we are. We don't feel like we need therapy. We don't want no therapy. But even though you my brother, that ain't no excuse for how I feel. You got to show the safe space Saylee show, and that's how it feels,
Yeah.
like a safe space. So I even some things
Yeah.
that we've even discussed and then help me in a lot of situations, because sometimes you don't realize a situation unless you can see it from the outside, or somebody who you can trust. They wisdom and advice can give you a perspective to make it clear to you. So I appreciate the little time you was here. I appreciate you everything you done, and the fact of you just being here. And I'm looking forward to all the great things we're about to do. So I want everybody to stay on the lookout. Follow me, follow him, and we got a lot of surprises, a lot of great things in store for y'all. And we just preach it. And we also got a song called Your Experience, just a little snippet of it,
Oof.
just a little snippet of your experience. You can go, that's on the you can go and find that on the it's actually on my Facebook page, and it's also on the YouTube. So it's King Saylee featuring Bainkoy, Your Experience, just a little preview of it.
You feeling it? You feeling it? What the feeling is? Your experience. Feeling is go, go. Heaven feels like a sacred goal. Note experience, expressing your experience. The feeling is your experience. Heaven feels like a sacred goal. Note experience. You're feeling it, expressing your experience. Carve a gold road in your experience. Feel the emptiness. Heaven feels like a sacred goal. Note experience. What the feeling is, your experience. Heaven feels like a sacred goal. Note experience. What the feeling is, your experience. Your experience. Take a page out of my.
So I tell you, the everybody has praised the song. Everybody that's heard it has praised the song, the lyrics we came with, the substance, so that's just one of the many things that we about to be doing. So y'all just stay on the lookout. I appreciate you coming on. We're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. So y'all stay tuned for the next time. Me and Mr. Saylee will be coming back. But follow us and you can get a lot of updates on what we got going on and the day to day so you can see. So make sure you following because we're going to show you what you ain't see on PBS and Discovery Channel and what you ain't been hearing from people. We finna show you the real. So make sure y'all tune in for that and appreciate y'all. So Bainkoy World with Bainkoy signing out of Bainkoy World. Peace.